Honestly, we do not want to create trust issues for you, but in this video we will be telling you 17 lies that you have been told by the society. So join me along to find out the truth. Number 1. Popping your knuckles causes arthritis. Some of us call it popping our knuckles while others call it cracking our knuckles. Whatever the case may be, but one common belief is that popping your knuckles often would eventually invite arthritis. You may have seen many people warning about it. The next time you are in such a situation, let them know that there is no medical evidence which can prove that releasing synovial gas by cracking knuckles would lead to arthritis. Number 2. Women periods sync up. You might have come across so-called amazing fact which claims that if two women live together, their menstrual cycle syncs up and eventually they start getting periods at the same time. This is often passed on as astonishing trivia. It's anything but a fact. Be it 2 or 10, no matter how many women live together, their being together does not under any circumstance affect their menstrual cycle. Number 3. Hair and nails keep growing even after death. This is yet another false scientific claim which is nowhere close to science as it is to ignorance. A lot of us are told this so-called scientific fact which claims that human hair and nails keep growing after the death. Sometimes such claims even come with some scary looking picture of dead bodies. This is again a totally false claim. You may be wondering why would someone even make such a claim. A possible reason is dehydration of body after the death. Due to dehydration, the skin shrinks and thus features such as nails and hair appear to be longer, while in reality they did not change in their size or shape at all. Number 4. The poor goldfish. Now let's talk about our favorite pet fish, the goldfish. There are quite a few ignorant beliefs associated with goldfish. Let us talk about the major two. A lot of us tend to believe that goldfish grow to the size of tank it has been kept in. It might be partially true, but we forget one crucial bit of information. Goldfish will keep growing for years until it is too small for its tank and then it dies. Did you know a typical goldfish can survive for 15 to 30 years? Our poor little goldfish has another myth associated with it, that it has only 15 seconds of memory, which is again not even remotely true. The fact is that goldfish have a decent enough memory and enough dedication that you can even teach them tricks, and according to studies, goldfish in fact have more attention span than humans. Now that hurts, doesn't it? Number 5. Draining battery before charging. A lot of us refuse to put our electronic gadgets on charging unless we have made sure the battery is completely drained out. A lot of us have big misconception that batteries need to be completely drained and only then they can be charged in order to increase their lifespan. I wouldn't say this is a false claim, but it was only valid in age of nickel-cadmium batteries. In this era of lithium-ion and lithium polymer batteries, it does not hold true. In fact, if you are charging your lithium-ion powered devices only after the battery has drained, you are reducing lifespan of the battery, as it is not a good practice. Rather, develop a habit of putting your device for charging when the battery level reaches 10 or 40%. Number 6. Short Napoleon. Do you know about the Napoleon complex? It's an aggressive condition often associated with people of short stature, suggesting Napoleon himself was short. But what's the truth? In reality, Napoleon was quite tall. He was 5 feet 2 inches, which was above average for the Frenchman at that time. The source for this false knowledge is said to have come from the fact that Napoleon's guards were very tall. So it wouldn't be wrong to say that Napoleon, with respect to his guard's height, was very short. But was he short generally speaking? Not at all. Number 7. Mice love cheese. We all loved the Tom and Jerry show. While they became an inseparable part of our childhood, they still managed to corrupt us into thinking that mice love cheese, and if you ever want to catch a mouse, you better bait it with cheese. But unfortunately, no matter how counterintuitive it sounds, mice do not like cheese at all. While they might eat it for its nutritional value, studies show mice actually love sweet stuff, and that's why mice traps suggest you to bathe them with peanut butter. But hey, you can still imagine cheese bits tempting our Jerry, and we won't complain. Number 8. Dogs see in black and white. After all these animal-related misconceptions, I have started feeling that our society is particularly cruel toward them. Hollywood, popular culture, including Disney, wants us to believe that dogs only see in black and white. But is that really true? While it was believed to be true for a long time, our modern understanding have shown that unlike humans who have 3 different color-sensitive cone cells in retina, dogs have only 2. But does that mean they are colorblind? Absolutely not. Your little buddy is not at all colorblind. Number 9. Elephant Graveyard. If the Tom and Jerry show is to be blamed for making us believe that mice love cheese, the Lion King movie is to be blamed for conceptualizing the idea of elephant grave in our head. In the reality, there is no such thing as elephant graveyard. The misconception might have arisen from the fact that elephants have a good memory. They are able to remember sources of water, and it's these sources such as lakes and ponds where they run to during drought-like situation. But many a times, these water sources get dried up and elephants are left with no water and nowhere to go. And they are often found dead near these places, and we ignorantly refer them as elephant graveyard. Number 10. Eating carrots improve your eyesight. We all have been victim of mother's lecture on how one should be eating carrots as they are good for eyes. While technically carrots do provide vitamin A, and lack of vitamin A causes eye-related issues, but a surplus of vitamin A is not going to improve your eyesight at all. There is a historical fact associated with this propaganda. During the war, Britishers wanted to distract the Germans from the fact that they have been using sophisticated radar system to locate the enemy planes, so they ended up creating the carrot conspiracy. Number 11. The air we breathe does not come from trees. Oh come on, now that can't be untrue. I have been taught this my entire life, and that's what those Go Green campaigns tell you. Isn't it right, really? Well, it's partially true that the air we breathe does come from trees, but I feel oceans deserve a greater credit. Did you know that more than 70%? Yes, more than 70% of air we breathe comes from oceans. So even if you are one of those global warming deniers, at least start caring about ocean acidification. Number 12. The forbidden fruit is not apple. A common misconception depicted in Western art is that the forbidden fruit mentioned in the book of Genesis is apple. Nope, it was never identified as apple. The Hebrew text only mentions tree and fruit. Jewish scholars have suggested that the fruit could have been a grape, a fig, wheat, an apricot, or of all the things, an etrog. Number 13. You do not eat on average 5 spiders in your sleep. You actually eat 13 spiders in your sleep. No wait, just kidding. The widespread urban legend that one swallows a high number of spiders during the sleep in one's life has no basis in reality. A sleeping person causes all the kind of noise and vibrations by breathing, the beating heart, snoring, etc., all of which warn the spiders of danger. So where did this cruel misconception come from? Well, it was a made-up fact put in a book to keep check on plagiarism. Number 14. Placing metal inside microwave will damage it. Placing metal inside a microwave oven does not damage the oven's electronics. There are, however, other safety-related issues. Electrical arcing may occur on pieces of metal not designed for use in microwave oven, and metal objects may become hot enough to damage food, skin, or interior of oven. Metallic objects designed for microwave use can be used in microwave with no danger. Examples include metallized surface used in browning sleeves and pizza cooking platforms. Number 15. Waiting 24 hours before filing missing person report. Remove from your head the misconception that you must wait 24 hours before filing a missing person report. In fact, if there is an evidence of violence or an unusual absence, the law enforcement agencies recommend that you file the missing person report as soon as possible in order to begin a prompt investigation. If you still do not believe us, check out the UK government website. It explicitly mentions in large font you do not have to wait 24 hours before contacting the police. Number 16. Jesus was born on December 25. There is absolutely no evidence to support the claim that Jesus was born on 25th day of December. The Bible nowhere claims the date to be December 25. In fact, it implies that it may be close to September. December 25 began celebrated as Jesus' birthday after in year 350 CE, Pope Julius I declared the 25th of December as official date of celebration. The date may have been chosen to be December 25 because it's about 9 months after the Christians believe Jesus to have been conceived. Number 17. The Black Belt. The black belt in martial arts does not necessarily indicate expert level or mastery. It was introduced for judo in 1880s to indicate competency at all the basic techniques of sport. Promotion beyond black belt varies among different martial arts. In judo and some other Asian martial arts, holders of higher ranks are awarded belts with alternating red and white panels, and the highest ranks with solid red belts. So you do not have any reason to get scared if someone announces that they are black belt. You can enlighten them with this fact or share our video.